Can you hear it? Richard here at Kelvin Wazoo, bringing you another video with new vinyl in the mail. And the one that I managed to get is this new, a little bit of glare, huh? New Neil Young release. New in that, yeah, it's a new release, but it's old music. Homegrown. Record store day, but I ended up buying it online because every place that I went to, they were sold out. Great stuff. This is from the era of Neil Young that I really like. We're talking about songs that were recorded in 1974, 1975. Really nice, nice songs. Separate Ways is playing right now. He gets a lot of help with a lot of different songs. On the next track, Try, Emmylou Harris appears on that. Mexico, Love is a Rose. Mexico is just Neil and a piano. This is really probably my favorite era of Neil Young. I mean, we're talking, 1974, 1975. And, this is the era of Harvest. Nice gatefold here with the Harvest. It's also the, era of Zuma, which Harvest came out in 1972, and then Zuma was 1975 with Crazy Horse. But on this one, it was with the Stray Gators backing him up. And then also Tonight's the Night. That was a 1975 release. This is a new one, new pressing. Yeah, really like this era and the songwriting and the whole tone. Very simple songs. Has the song Homegrown on here, which was, I guess, the first time it showed up was on America Stars and Bars. Then we also have Love is a Rose. Love is a rose, but you better not pick it. It was interesting to hear, these acoustic versions, again, because with Love is a Rose, it's just Neil Young on guitar and harmonica, accompanied by Tim Drummond on bass. Homegrown has a bit more to it. There's Neil Young on guitar, Ben Keith on lap slide, Tim Drummond on bass, and Carl Himmel on drums. The weirdest part is the song Florida is a narration. It's really kind of weird because there's also this other stuff going on with a wine glass on piano strings. Both he and this guy Ben Keith is doing that, and he's talking about how great Florida is, but then he drifts into this other stuff about a hang glider crashing into a building, a baby in a car with this woman comes up and says, "That's my baby," and he says, "No, it's not." It's just kind of weirdness at the end. And then the song Kansas, side 2, a lot of good ones. We Don't Smoke It No More. White Line. Another simple, just 2 guitars. And that's with Robbie Robertson, of the band. We've got the song Vacancy. Then there's a song called Little Wing, but it's not a Jimi Hendrix cover. And it's just Neil on guitar with harmonica. Star of Bethlehem is the closer, with Emmylou Harris joining him again on this. Um, super, super nice album. And like I say, it does represent my favorite era of Neil Young. And when I was listening to it, it just really got me wanting to listen to this one. Deja Vu, Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. And while I was listening to this and thinking about, you know, the weirdness that's going on right now with, not just with the pandemic and the really crazy reactions to it by people who don't believe it's real and that, but also the crazy police action that's been going on. I live in Chicago, and we're expecting this secret force to show up in Chicago this week, even though the mayor and the governor are basically saying, don't come. This is our deal. We can manage just fine. It's, really kind of scary. And then, today, I don't know if you know who he is, but Michael Brooks died suddenly, very suddenly. He was only 36 years old. But he's a very progressive Democratic socialist and was a online commentator, political commentator. But one of the things that he said that just seems so right for today was a quote that they mention in his, his online eulogy or whatever you want to say. They've been talking about him. But he said, be ruthless with systems, but be kind to people. And that, really stuck out and got me thinking, especially when I was listening to this. People of my generation who grew up with this music, I feel like so many of us have forgotten what it's about. The song is really eerie listening to Almost Cut My Hair, and listening to those lyrics with that song, Almost Cut My Hair, happened just the other day. It's getting kind of long. I could have said it was in my way, but I didn't, and I wonder why. I feel like letting my freak flag fly, and I feel like I owe it to someone, yeah. The other line, it increases my paranoia, like looking in my mirror and seeing a police car. Great music from a very tumultuous era. And were we listening? Just kind of seems like a lot of people weren't. Even with Joni Mitchell, they covered Joni Mitchell's song Woodstock. But again, that sense of idealism and willingness to do something. I came upon a child of God. He was walking along the road, and I asked him, where are you going? And this, he told me, I'm going down to Yasgur's farm. I'm going to join in a rock and roll band. I'm going to camp out on the land. I'm going to try and get my soul free. We are stardust. We are golden. And we've got to get ourselves back to the garden. So poignant in the 60s, and yet it just seems like they're even more meaningful now, and then there's the title song with this album, Deja Vu. If I had ever been here before, I would probably know just what to do. Hey, don't you? If I had ever been here before on another time around the wheel, I would probably know just how to deal. with all of you. Yes, it's like it's happening again, but in such a more important way. And I am dismayed often as I look around and wonder, how we've become so complacent. Even something as simple, beautiful song on Deja Vu, Our House, beautiful song of just all you want to do is be with the one you love and have your simple household and live hassle-free. But just so hard to do these days, it seems. And then, the sentiment with the, I believe it's the closing song on the album. I'd have to double check, but everybody, I love you. There was that sense in the 60s, about free love and all that. And yeah, a lot of it was kind of tied up in this sense of casual sex and casual loving, love the one you're with. But there was also this genuine expression of love to each other that was very freely expressed. And it seems like today we have such a hard time telling each other, hey, I love you, without it being viewed or turned into a sexual innuendo that, hey, I love you, let's have sex, kind of thing. And so we withhold love because of that, I think. We can love each other without it becoming a sexual activity. I really do think we've kind of lost our ability to express love. And in our world today, it just seems to be even more lacking. So I guess I go back to what that quote of, and this is that Florida song where it's just really, really, really bizarre. But that quote by Michael Brooks that just struck me, be ruthless with systems, but be kind to people. I mean, there are some systems we need to be ruthless with, and some systems that probably need to be destroyed and just rebuilt. But we need to be kind to each other because it's going to affect, all of us. And it just seems like the kindness is lacking. And I guess that's why I like this era so much. I do really, really like this album. I'm really glad that I got it. It's a brilliant, brilliant production, great songs. And it's a great era of Neil Young. So hold on a second. Something's going on with my camera. So if you don't have this and you like Neil Young, especially from that era, I really do highly recommend it. Leave your thoughts below in a comment. Share this video, please. Like it. And always remember to enjoy your music.